NAI Coach of the Year. So a lot of hardware coming for the Vandals into this one. And right off the tip, Lori Payne, all smiles as NAU is going to get the basketball. She loves the fight in this team. She loves the idea of rebuilding this program, and she was elated yesterday. What a great first step for them to get to round 2.
And culture comes to mind. Culture and varsity, they responded in that win. It was huge for their program.
State responds early as the freshman on the board with points. The Lumberjacks scoring first. Here come the Vandals. A look at the best team in the conference. I mentioned Gina Markson, the freshman of the year, with the basketball, and Taylor Pierce, not so bad herself. She has the ability to kill you from beyond the arc.
Idaho is a team also that can really come out strong, and if they shoot you into a deficit, it is difficult to dig out.
Well, Skank responding, and the freshman takes the Lumberjacks on her back. 5 points for the Washington Products. Inside, a wide open Natalie Klinker.
And that's what Coach Newley wants, is to look for the bigs in transition, because NAU will be keyed on the three-point shot, and the Klinker girls have to get to the basket.
Strong move by Rashid, but the basket ends up short. She had 18 points in the effort yesterday against Sacramento State. So a foul called underneath. It's going to be on Rashid.
Big board by Natalie Klinker. You see Taylor Pierce in that dribble penetration. Both her and Ferenz are also exceptional off the dribble. So you have to look out for the three-point shot, but you also have to contain the dribble.
Makes her first. Not a great free throw shooter, just 57%. Misses the second, and a foul call going the other way. So Lizzie Klinker picks up her first. Reagan Skank has stepped up with a lot more confidence in her shooting lately, and saw it early in this contest. All 5 points belong to the freshman, and a travel call on Malvar. And Vandals ball.
Both teams are coming out in an honest man-to-man defense. Idaho likes the handoff. They like to look for the three-point shot, dribble penetration, and they will fire from about anywhere, as Taylor Pierce has proven right away with 6 points out of the chute for Idaho.
2 big threes for Taylor, and the ball stripped there.
They're a load
to the Lumberjacks,
because you always have to know where those shooters are on the defensive end.
They've taken 4 threes. A little over 2 minutes into this one.
Any movement there or arm extend, the officials are going to be calling that fairly tight.
So Markson picks up her first foul. And Skank firing again deep.
Wow. Well over her average in the first few minutes of play in this quarterfinal game.
Markson, the other freshman on that end, hands off to the MVP, Ferenz on the board. JC Bailey also had 18 in yesterday's first round victory for NAU. Misses the shot there. Taylor Pierce just creating her own offense.
And that's tough on the double down. As you notice, Ferenz was waiting in the corner, and they had to make the decision whether or not to double down or allow Taylor to drive to the hole.
Skank off to Rashid. She's able to get one in for 2.
So far, NAU has had an answer every time down the floor.
Now it's about trying to make a defensive stop. Tough to do on that one, in and out. But an offensive rebound for Idaho and another miss. NAU catching a break. See if they can capitalize down by 3. Skank drives one in and the acrobatic layup won't fall. Pushing it the other way. And the ball in Pierce's hand. She hands off to Ferenz, off the mark. Here comes NAU. They're gonna get in a battle of pace in a moment.
The battle of games in transition, Jenny.
Skank off the dribble. Misses her shot, and you'll see NAU trying to get some fresh bodies in on a whistle. They'll be able to do that right now. Peyton Carroll checking in along with the freshman Morgan Gary. A rest for Rashid and Leahu. So we'll see who matches up with Ferenz when they go on defense. Right now, NAU's ball.
And Isabel Haddon comes in for Idaho, giving them quite a bit of size there at 6'4". The junior in her hometown, Jenny, Boise.
Such a big difference on the floor, you can tell with the height advantage. Peyton Carroll picks up a quick foul.
Illegal screen. And we're seeing those also being called quite tightly throughout the tournament.
Lizzie can't get the ball to fall. Here come the Lumberjacks. Idaho's missed on their last 4 shot attempts. Gary out to Malvar. Inside, and they're gonna work on the height.
That's such a nice play right there. If you notice, they utilize that high post on the screen and they drop that low post. Very good post position and able to turn and finish.
Peyton Carroll's not short, just 6'2". I say just 6'2" because she's going up against the 6'4" center.
And that's what Ferenz likes to do. She likes to put the ball on the floor, more left, but she finishes right. Very difficult to guard.
4 points for Ferenz. Skank has the majority of the points for NAU. They go back inside, and they're going to work that. Peyton Carroll for 4, with 4.
And Haddon, more of a long and lean body, not as physical down low, and they're going to pound it. They're going to take it right at her.
So a 1-point game. And the Vandals make it a 3-point game on the easy works of Lizzie Klinker.
Nice, powerful take by Klinker. The 2 sisters from Fairfield, Montana. Neat to see 2 sisters playing together, let alone starting at a Division I level.
That's probably pretty special. They didn't think they'd get that chance when Lizzie went to Utah State, but she transferred to Idaho, and here they are, learning how to play with each other. The foul is going to go on Isabel Haddon. And with that, we will take our first TV time.
A lot for her team yesterday in order to get them to a point where they could beat Sacramento State.
And there she is, having to cheer her team on from the bench. I think she probably finds herself in an even worse position. So nerve-wracking when you can't play and you can't do anything out there. But she's willing her teammates. She said they have the right gals out on the floor. They know they have a lot of heart. Again, a 1-point game after the free throws were made by Carroll. Haddon throws one up, and Skank on the miss. Here's JC Bailey. She'll pop a jumper off. And what a hustle rebound by Gary. I love how that freshman plays. Carroll for 2.
They allowed the play to continue. However, Gary getting up slowly.
Hey, basketball fans, it's time to do the do. Mountain Dew is a proud partner of the Big Sky Conference basketball tournaments. And Idaho, they're going to check in a reinforcement, and Janie King, Lizzie Klinker will get a breather. Vandals down by 1 and jack up a 3. No luck. Going right back inside, can't get the lay-in to go for Carroll, and a jump ball. It's going to be Idaho basketball.
The physicality under the hoop, strong. There are some battles on those jump balls. You know, these two teams met twice during the season, and Idaho swept both times, but season's over and it starts over here in the tournament.
Firing a deep 3 is King, who just came off the bench, and a travel call off the rebound from Klinker.
Shuffling of the feet underneath.
JC Bailey will drive to her right, kicks out to Skank. She's going to create her own shot off the dribble. Doesn't fall. And she sits at 8. Tied with Carroll for NAU.
NAU, a nice job on the transition, stopping Ferenz, getting back on D.
Taylor Pierce can't get one to fall, and it feels like Idaho's offense has gone cold over the last couple minutes.
Both Pierce and Ferenz rarely come off the floor. Ferenz playing close to 36 minutes a game. And very similar for Pierce.
I think it'd be hard for Coach Newley to take him off the floor with the amount of production he gets out of both of them. Over 50% of their offense comes from the Splash Sisters. They're gonna try and regain the lead. A shot from Ferenz, good.
And she has such range. She can step back from about a foot behind the three-point line. Quick release, beautiful shot. The reason she is the Big Sky Conference MVP.
And 15 of the 18, or 20 points now for Idaho, coming from the Splash Sisters. And Skank with double digits. Came with the pass over to Markson. She takes a dribble to get a better look, and a little long off the iron. JC Bailey to Skank. She tried to feed it inside, and a kick from Pierce.
Nice anticipation by Pierce. With Shank looking inside as Carroll running the floor, looking for early opportunities. Nice defensive stop by Idaho.
Skank's feeling it today. 4 of 7 from the floor and the ball in her hand. She's gonna try and create her own shot. Not scared driving in there, and she's gonna draw a foul from Janie King.
And if you're Idaho, you hate to bail out a shooter like that as the angle just wasn't there. However, Jenny, we have it all figured out over here, right?
Of course.
It's easier to say that as a commentator.
It's so easy to play, don't you remember?
Right? Yes. I don't think I ever drove and hit the backboard like that.
Never. I remember one of the first analysts I ever worked for is you have to always remember how hard it was to play the game. And I know you'll never forget that. A lot of work goes in for these student athletes to their game.
It's just the competition, too. It drives these players. It drove me as a player.
Skank with 11, and Northern Arizona with the advantage again. 21-20, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ferenz fires and misses. NAU will have an opportunity, about 6-second difference on the shot clock. Rashid out to Malvar. She takes her first shot of the game. It's off, and it's gonna go the other way. Foul called on JC Bailey. So Idaho will get the final shot to end the quarter if they want to take all 25 seconds.
Four out, one in. Going to try to utilize the post. Baseline runner for Pierce.
Down to 7. Marks it over to King. They find their shooter in Pierce. Can't get the three to go in, and the quarter will end with NAU, the number 8 seed ahead, will have the ball to start. Reagan Skank, the freshman, 11 points to lead Northern Arizona.
If you're Coach Payne, you're happy with that first quarter effort. Idaho is a team that really can put on the offensive show and put up some big numbers, and NAU responded.
Rashid, misses, and she'll have free throws coming. Ball tried to bounce in her favor, but eventually clanked out. Again, Rashid, big game yesterday to get Northern Arizona to this point.
Just a difference in looks for these two teams. Idaho has put up 11 threes in the first quarter to NAU's 4. And that just shows that they look for shot opportunities, and they look for them early.
Free throw's good for the sophomore forward. Out to Christopher, and after she fouled on the other end, she makes up with points.
Coach Newley alluded to the fact after the loss at the end of the season that other players had to step up for Idaho other than the Splash Sisters. Moving screen.
Turnover. Foul goes on Rashid.
And they're going to sag off a clinker. And that's what's tough about Pierce is the quick step, is you have 3 defenders that step. If you're NAU, you got to step in there and take a charge.
Another foul called underneath. A bad angle for Rashid, but free throws coming. So Natalie Klinker picks up her first foul. Quickly 2 fouls a minute in to the second quarter for Idaho. Rashid is 70% free throw shooter. She's perfect so far today, 4 for 4. 6 points for the sophomore. Lead back for NAU. 25-24. 8:50 to go in the half. Markson uses the screen and finds Ferenz. Good.
It's just so tough when you have shooters like that on the floor on both ends. I mean, Newley does such a good job of spreading those 2 out.
Ferenz shoots over 35% from beyond the arc, 40% for Pierce. And they can drive on you. It is tough to defend. Rashid's gonna have free throws coming again. Another foul. Or actually, it's gonna go the other way. Excuse me. So Rashid picking up the foul.
Take a look at this here on the replay.
It's her 3rd personal foul.
Not sure if the feet were set, but you got to commend her for taking it.
Peyton Carroll waiting to check in for NAU. She's in foul trouble, and Ferenz just keeps going. 12 for the senior.
And Coach Payne doesn't like that. She thinks they're pushing off over there.
Skank feeds Lehue and back out up top. J.C. Bailey got caught up and traveled.
So you have 2 sides of it. You say that one side's pushing off and the other one's holding. Lots of contact out there.
Idaho up 4. Feels like their shooters just getting warmed up. See if they can stay hot. Taylor Pierce drives an open lane.
I have to say that Natalie Klinker really set that one up, as she set a real good solid screen, and you saw they brought 2 bigs outside of the paint in order to set those screens, but NAU responds.
Lehue at the drive to the left, switches to her right. She's on the board for 2.
NAU, a 3rd team all-conference selection.
Kayla Ferenz off the screen, and they're going to call a foul on Malvar. NAU up to 3 fouls. 3 minutes into the quarter. Skang checking out. And Morgan Gary, the freshman, in for the Lumberjacks. Markson, the freshman of the year, wide open lane and an easy layup.
And a nice addition to Idaho with having her have the ability, Markson, to put the ball on the floor.
Gary will drive and make a move. The freshman on the board.
That's a nice drive right there.
Markson thought about it. Just know she's a scoring threat when the ball's in her hands. Whether it's going to be 3 points or 2 points is what you have to decide as a defense. She gets fouled.
Ferenz does a really good job of reading the defense, and that's what makes it tough, is you want to get a hand up in her face, but she's able to step back and shoot too, so you have to play her honest.
I don't know that free throws are much better. She shoots 85% from the line. As you said, if the ball's in her hands, you have a feeling the scoreboard's about to change.
We talked a lot about this kid today, but there's just so much more to recognize. An academic All-American first team. This is the first time honor for any athlete from Idaho, and the first woman to win the award in Big Sky history. A degree in mathematics. She excels in the classroom, a leader on the court.
Great, she's smart too. I mean, can't you just be good at one thing?
Yeah.
She is an impressive young lady. Lehue dribbles, misses. And here come the Vandals. 6-point lead for Idaho. Foul called underneath as Gary's going to pick up her first. It's 5 for NAU, so free throws coming. Now in the bonus, 6 minutes left in the quarter. It's going to be something to watch. Very good free throw shooting team, the Vandals, 76% as a team. But when you get their best shooters to the line, it's a totally different story. 88% for Taylor Pierce.
Idaho also doing a good job of taking care of the ball. Only 2 turnovers. That's what you have when you have veteran leaders on the floor. They're careful, they're patient. They make good passes.
14 for Pierce, and the lead up to 8 for Idaho. NAU needs a bucket. Skank has 11. She's looking to create her own shot. Can't get the 3 to go. But there's Gary again with the hustle play. Just can't end up in the Lumberjacks' hands. Vandals will take advantage. Pierce for 3.
Transition for Idaho. Pull up for a 3. It's really hard to contain a player that has so many weapons on the offensive end.
Idaho has outscored Northern Arizona in this second quarter 20-8. What was your message in that timeout if you're Lori Payne to get the Lumberjacks
You keep grinding.
back on track?
We faced adversity yesterday. That's exactly what she's telling her team. You stay with them. Make sure you get a hand up on D. Take care of the ball.
Again, Calais Paplow, their best player for the Lumberjacks, unavailable today. She hurt her ankle yesterday. She had to take x-rays, but can't even put weight on it. She's in a boot, sitting on the sidelines.
Both teams deadlocked on the boards, and that will come into play, which we've talked about throughout the tournament, Jenny. Right there, second chance opportunities. That's what will keep NAU alive down the stretch.
Gary went strong to the hole and got her own rebound, but couldn't convert, and Pierce can on the other end. 20 easy points for Taylor.
That's tough on Shank with no one out there to help her. You have to make a decision if you're going to hedge, that screen, and what she did is Pierce has the ability to step back, so she doesn't always take advantage of the screen as well. Those bigs have to get up there and help.
Going back inside, and Carroll loses the ball. You know, surprising too that J.C. Bailey's been so quiet in this game for Northern Arizona. We saw 18 points from her yesterday. She's only taken 2 shots this game. Taylor again unreal for the Vandals.
She took 16 shots yesterday, so if you're Coach Payne, you need to find a way to get the ball into her hands.
Skank's taken over.
Shot clock
on
about to
production,
expire.
and it does.
Didn't get it off.
The freshman Morgan Gary unaware where the shot clock was at, and Payne's going, come on, let's go, let's get your head in this one.
She's looking at Malvar going, think. You've got to have the composure out there and to watch that shot clock. But that was a sneaky one because I didn't even catch that one. It just crept down right there, ticks off.
Kayla Ferenz with the pass, and Haddon can't find the bucket. Here's J.C. Bailey. Works the move on Ferenz, just too hard off the glass.
Touch not there for Bailey.
Skank playing tough defense. Malvar trying to get tied up for a jump ball, and instead an open look, but Christopher completely misses.
Coach Newley throwing his hands up. Hey, can we get a call here? I don't know if that was the best shot for Idaho to take.
Not a great look either from Peyton Carroll, but she ends up getting fouled, and now an opportunity for the junior forward to get in double figures with 2 free throws.
Peyton Carroll giving Northern Arizona good minutes off the bench, under 15 minutes a game, averaging just under 7 points and 3 boards. She's got some height at 6'2".
Makes the first, misses the second. So a 13-point game. Vandals have the lead. And Michaela Ferenz just acrobatic.
Is so quick. That is so quick, but notice she loves that left, and she's able to cross over and finish. It's one thing to be able to take it to the hole, Jenny, but to be able to finish on that type of a take is big.
There's J.C. Bailey showing up at the 250 mark for a 3.
We just had to talk about her, Jenny, and she's going to get hot.
I wish we had that power. Taylor Pierce, you don't even have to talk about her. She seems to always have the power to shoot and make. Misses there, though. And Skank on the other end, hard off the glass.
One shot and up, though. No one on the glass on the offensive end.
Kirby with the handoff and the easy lay-in. Pierce at 22.
You're Coach Payne, you're wondering, are your kids tired right now? You gotta step in and defend that. That was a wide open layup.
Turn and shoot, and now NAU just one of their last 9. Pierce, the late whistle and foul. Malvar's gonna help her up. She's frustrated with the foul call. She picks up her 3rd.
Now Coach Payne not happy with her doing that. It's like, we really can't have you doing that type of a foul. However, I can see it happening out there with Pierce because she can shoot from such range. What NAU has to do right now, too, though, is get on the glass. They've got to follow their shot. You know, you notice that Carroll put the shot up, and she knows best where that ball's going to come off. Follow your shot.
Pierce will have one more free throw.
Foul situation now. NAU with 5, which is going to put Idaho to the line here on out in the second quarter.
25 points for Taylor Pierce. Skank out to Gary. Completely misses. And NAU is cold. Gary picks up the foul. Nope, other way. Allison Kirby. A minute 30 to go in the half. We'll lead up to 17 for the Vandals.
Idaho just finding some space here with a surging NAU team that has had a lid on the basket. Idaho getting spot-up threes, transition, scoring just about every way they want to.
JC Bailey for 3. So 2 3-pointers from the redshirt sophomore. Still down 16.
What a nice backdoor right there. See, that's the read that you have. Pierce with the backdoor to Ferenz. She reads that beautifully. The two have such synergy when they play together. They know each other well. Their 4th year of starting together.
So many scoring threats. Bailey tries to stay hot and misses.
What I love about them, I follow both of them on Twitter, and they congratulate each other for every accolade that the other one receives. They're happy when they see their teammates have success, and that's interesting when you have 2 top guards in the conference playing on the same team.
Well, I think they would admit they wouldn't be who they are without the other. They push each other, they're the biggest competitors. Now 4 seconds left in the game, and one more bucket, or left in the half, I should say, one more bucket. Linker.
What a nice pass by Mark. Be patient, take good shots, but also hit the glass. Because that's one thing that Idaho out-rebounded NAU, and it was 1 shot and up. And those second chance opportunities will keep you in the game.
And it all starts with defense. They get backdoored, but the Vandals can't make the open layup, end up with the offensive rebound, and Markson thought about 3. She keeps the ball, passes off. Peyton Carroll back to Markson. Now she fires 3 and way off the mark. Hits the backboard, but goes out on NAU and stays Vandals ball.
Lizzie Klinker, good job in the high to low post. She has a nice first step to the basket.
Kayla Ferenz, shot fake, drives to the left, exactly where she wants to be, and she's now with 20 points.
So Paplo, we talked about it as a playmaker and a creator. However, nice shot there by JC Bailey. NAU at times looks stagnant on the offensive end without their star and without their leader.
We mentioned JC Bailey has the opportunity to be a scoring threat. 18 points for her yesterday, 9 now off 3 threes. She's the task of guarding Michaela Ferenz. She got caught up. The pass out to Markson.
Shot clock down to 4.
Markson takes it and delivers.
Markson, a bright future as John Newley grooms the next generation of guards in his program.
She went to Eastlake High School in Washington and made her town proud, getting Freshman of the Year honors in the Big Sky. Rashid falls short.
Anytime you can get points out of your other 3 when you have Pearson Ferenz, it's big.
In and out, and an offensive rebound turned foul, so Peyton Carroll gonna head to the line.
Here we're gonna see Markson. She just feels out the defense here and is able to get the quick first step on Shank and able to finish.
Say Klinker heads to the line. And Klinker makes. Lizzie for 7. After picking up her first foul, Leahu heads to the bench. So Lizzie makes both, and she's 8 points. Skank did most of the scoring in the first half. Tries to create a shot and
wild shot.
NAU trying to put that pressure on. It's just so hard when you have so many offensive threats for Idaho.
What a pass. Nice dish. by Friends.
JC Bailey off the glass, can't get it, and Vandals in position for the board. Lorenz gets fouled.
We've talked so much about Pierce and Friends. What they do also, Jenny, is they have that quick first step to the basket. They're fast. They can shoot the ball, they can take the ball to the hole, but they do have a quick first step.
Malvar now, serious foul trouble. She picked up her 4th. She'll check out. Peyton Carroll will enter the game. Friends sitting at lucky 21, makes it 22. 64 to 39 now. 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 25-point advantage for the number 1 seed. Skank fires a 3. And that's going to be a tough trap game you can get into if you're NAU.
No one on the glass for NAU, and not getting back on transition. Lucky there with the miss by Pierce.
Gary with the rebound up to Skank. Bailey fires. And a long rebound goes to Taylor Pierce.
You'll notice both of Pierce and Ferenc run the floor so strong.
It's almost like instead of anything you can do, I can do better. It's like, I'm doing better, so let's get you the ball so you can get to my point total.
You wonder some of this too with NAU being tired. No day break this year in the tournament between opening round and quarterfinals. You have to remember, less than 24 hours ago, NAU was playing. And they're showing it with maybe not having as much of fresh legs as Idaho with that extra time off with the season ending on Saturday. It was disappointing to lose to Idaho State, but they had the couple extra days. The coaches in the Big Sky didn't want that day off. They felt like it was an advantage to get comfortable with the floor and then have a day off heading into the quarterfinals.
I think too, it's just a tale of 2 different programs. For the Vandals, they've been to the tournament before. They've been deep in the tournament. They know what it takes to win. They've played in a lot of close games this year, even though they ended up with the number 1 seed and 16 wins in conference. They know how to bounce back quick, as Skank adds 2 for NAU. As for NAU, that was an emotional win, and you got to be able to learn to check those emotions, come back. An emotional twofold because you lose your best player to an ankle injury, not available today. And then, of course, just the idea of it winning and moving on and getting the draw. So,
and we know it's a long road in Boise. We use the slogan Road to Reno for the last 3 years. Big Sky in Boise.
Battle in Boise.
Battle in Boise. It is not easy to win 3 or 4 games to claim the crown.
Rashid goes up hard and gets fouled. So Rashid will try and make it a 3-point play when we return here to Century.
Every night at 7 on Pluto TV.
Yesterday for NAU against Sacramento State, she made 18 points and capitalizes on a 3-point play, now up to 9 in this one.
Pretty fun to have both bands here and cheer squads. I always think that adds a dynamic level when you have both, and fans trickling in for Boise. It's not easy with the women's tournament being Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's a lot of time to take off of work. So I do think that attendance will pick up as the tournament progresses.
Isabel Haddon makes her first points, and I know her family's here, the Boise, Idaho product. Fun for her to get to be home, went to Boise High School. And you can hear the loud cheers as she gets her first points of the game. To your point, great atmosphere with the bands. They had a little battle of the bands when we walked in today. They were going back and forth, cheering each other on. So fun to see. It's not just about the competition on the floor, but also about what these schools bring.
In CenturyLink Arena, I like that the fans are right on top of the court, so you do have more of an atmosphere with fans feeling like they're involved in the game.
Gina Marks was fouled. It's gonna stay on the floor, and you'll see that they've made a switch. The senior, Tate Sinungi, Ginny, checking in, and Skank for the make.
Boy, what a nice find for Coach Payne in Skank, being a freshman, coming in many years ahead that are bright for her for NAU.
She's made 3 threes. Stepped up big time without Paplo available today. There's Haddon. She can't get the hometown roll. But on the rebound, Lizzie Klinker will go to the line.
Nice strong rebound by Klinker on the weak side. She goes up strong, uses that power dribble, accelerates, draws the foul.
So Carroll picked up her second. Leaves the second one short. Back to a 20-point game. Advantage Vandals. JC Bailey creating her own shot.
It's very nice. She comes off that on-ball screen, gives herself some space. Bailey has some nice elevation, and with her height being 6 foot, it's hard to get a hand up in her face. You look at Ferenz at 5'10". She's got a couple extra inches there.
Markson leaves it short. Good board by Bailey. What a feed from Skank into Rashid, and 2 points.
Got somewhat of a momentum shift here as John Newley takes a timeout and wants to talk about this.
NAU has made
shank to Rashid underneath the basket. That transition game is key.
Vandals up 16, but I bet Coach Newley had a few things to say as they snag an offensive rebound. Foul's going to be on the floor, going on Peyton Carroll. 4th foul for NAU, so their next foul this quarter will send Idaho to the line. Oh, the foul actually goes on Rashid. She'll pick up her 4th.
Gonna call an illegal pick on the underneath. Ferenz gets a smile out of that one.
Mentioned the offensive surge, gonna try and keep it going. They try and pound the glass. Looked like Rashid had position.
I like that battle in Rashid. NAU needs that fire underneath the basket.
Klinker with the move. Can't fall in a jump ball. So you saw the battle on one end for Rashid. She gets in it on the defensive end. And with the possession arrow NAU's way, the Lumberjacks will have a chance. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Skank with just 5 points in the 2nd half for 16 total. She came out strong in the 1st quarter. Now she's gonna pop one.
It's a really good job coming off those screens.
18 points for the freshman. Shooting 50% from the floor.
Also has 6 boards to go along with the 18 points.
Michaela Ferenz passes across the court. Markson finds Lizzie, and she gets the roll. Skank with the bounce pass, and Peyton Carroll can't get it to fall. Markson finds a cutting Vandal, and Natalie Klinker.
And Idaho will pounce on you in transition if you don't get back on the defensive end. You wonder if we have tired legs at this point for NAU. You see some of the effects of playing back-to-back games.
JC Bailey from the distance, in and out.
That looked like it was down, Jenny.
Markson out, and Lizzie's gonna fire. Skank matching on the other end, off the iron. And 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Idaho up 18. Taylor Pierce, just when you think she's quieted down a bit, she makes her presence known. 28 points for the season.
Rotation.
7-0 run to end the third quarter.
Be interesting to see if Coach Newley plays for Ensign Pierce the minutes that he normally does with the lead like this.
Up and in for Natalie Klinker.
He's going to try to give him some minutes of rest.
Yeah, you would think in the fourth quarter, if they still have a 20-plus point advantage, we'll see some younger blood come off the bench for the Vandals. And a pick from Haley Christopher, the freshman. Ferenz pulls up from three. Can't get the roll, but Haley Christopher with the rebound, and Markson drives in, no go.
Nice rebound from the Spokane, Washington product, the freshman.
Skank from three, in and out, and Rashid in position. Ball's out on the Vandals, so it'll stay NAU ball. Malvar to JC Bailey, fires right away, and Taylor Pierce comes up with the rebound.
Notice the first one down the floor is Ferenz.
And Ferenz seems to be a rare turnover, also got hit in the mouth.
She got caught for the foul. It looked like she almost tripped.
So she's gonna come off. And in comes Allison Kirby, the sophomore guard from Idaho. She's put some ice on her upper lip nose area. Trainer's gonna check her out, just wrong place, wrong time on the foul. Malvar feeds Rashid. She goes in hard and draws a foul from Natalie Klinker.
She sold that pretty good. Heading into the hole.
We're still looking at Michaela. I think another reason why we might see some subs coming up as the clock continues to wind down. She has 13 points. All the starters for NAU average over 30 minutes a game, and then you're missing your star player, Calais Paplo, and those minutes have gone up today.
Shot clock down to 10.
Taylor Pierce off. Here comes Skank. Over to Gary. Gary thought about a three, and she's going to feed Rashid. Rashid putting on the move. She's tried to draw a foul there, but can't get the shot to go in, and no call. There will be a call now. A lot of activity in the paint. Natalie Klinker picks up her third. Her fourth, excuse me. So Clinker will come out. In comes the hometown gal from Boise, Idaho, Isabel Haddon. JC Bailey passing to Gary, over to Skank.
Definitely blood with Ferenz over there.
They loaded the right side and left the left lane open for Skank. Points for Reagan Skank, and the other freshman, Gary, with the steal and make.
And you see it's some timely press by NAU.
A miss from Pierce, and NAU on a run. Keep the ball, great hustle play. Malvar into Rashid. Thought about making a move. Instead takes the feed. And they're gonna call an offensive foul on Rashid. She is not happy about it because that will be her 5th foul. That is a frustrating way to end the day for the sophomore. She put a lot of heart and emotion into this game. We saw it with her heart and hustle and how she played.
Yeah, she moved her arm there. It was a good call.
It's the right call. It's just, you can tell emotionally, that's not how she wanted to end her day.
Nice defensive play by Allison Kirby, though, to anticipate that arm and to take a charge.
Taylor Pierce pops. Can't get the roll. With a couple misses.
Nice board by Haddon, though. The long arms at 6'4", coming up with the big board.
So Haddon will shoot 2. The junior's a co-captain along with Ferenz and Pierce. And you can hear the chants again from her Boise fan club.
Well, I have to say I'm really liking her hometown.
She's enjoying it.
Boise has been very receptive to having the tournament here. Lots going on around CenturyLink Arena.
Yeah, the Big Sky's put on a great show. We have a lot of fun activities for fans outside. Great food and restaurants around the area. CenturyLink Arena has been great. Gary up strong, can't fall.
We'll run a set play here. See if they can have Pierce coming off a screen. Some long arms defending there in Bailey.
Taylor Pierce at the top of the key, still has the ball down to 6. Kicks out Markson, ends up with the ball and can't get the shot to fall.
Idaho over their last 5 shots.
NAU gets a wide open cut from Peyton Carroll, but she can't convert.
And it appears Ferenz is coming back into the game.
Pierce fires and makes. 31 points for the senior. Without her sidekick in the game, but as you mentioned, waiting at the score table to check in. Stops a drought for the Vandals. And a mini run that NAU had going. Skank jumper. Can't say enough about the freshman, 22 points. She wanted to step up big without their senior star, Calais Paplow.
She has been the answer for NAU. It just hasn't been enough against this strong Idaho team with multiple weapons. As we see Kirby with the basket.
I think Markson with the make.
Markson, excuse me.
J.C. Bailey.
Coach Payne asking for pressure. Step up.
There's Kirby off to Markson. Freshman hands it off one more time, and Haley Christopher will get fouled.
Nice He's experienced success at both of the Idaho locations, but WAC champions in 2013 as they joined back up with the Big Sky, and he had back-to-back NCAA appearances. And last year, this Idaho team fell to Northern Colorado in the championship game. I know that they're anxious to come back and prove that they belong on top in this conference.
Christopher makes both. Back up to a 19-point lead. J.C. Bailey on the miss. Markson clears out her team.
And if you're Idaho, you've had 40 points that have been scored in the paint as well. So it's showing the different dimensions of your game. It's not all the three-point shot. Now, Ferenz and Pierce are responsible for some of that 40 in the key area, but it's neat to see dimensions of such a versatile game.
King looks for three, and the ball got tipped in the air. A good grab by Haddon. Tries to knock it out to King and keep the ball, and instead NAU comes up with it. Skank goes all the way to the hole. She gets fouled. We'll see if it's on the floor or shooting. The whistle was a hybrid one, right?
She's shooting.
In between, but she'll shoot either way because the Vandals have 5 fouls now. So NAU in the bonus, but this was a shooting foul.
A nice shot of Paplo over on the bench, and so tough to see her in a boot. Painful injury. They have that boot on her for compression reasons.
Skank makes both, and what a career it was for Paplo. Almost 1,200 points for her, 5th all-time in scoring, top 10 in assists, steals, scoring, rebound. She left her mark at NAU. There's no doubt about that.
She rarely came off the floor, and so having Coach Payne have to come up with finding a spot to fill her almost 40 minutes a game has been challenging.
The freshman King misses. Skank's been all over the floor today trying to create some sort of offense for the Lumberjacks. It worked in the first quarter. They got way too far behind from the Vandals. 2:30 left in this game. Ferenz feeds Christopher.
That's a great read by Ferenz, and also a nice cut to the basket by Haley.
Sina Jenny, the senior, her first points. Transfer from Central Arizona College. Nice to see that the senior can get on the floor here in the tournament setting before all is said and done for the Lumberjacks.
Jenny, we have a big one coming up next. Number 4 seed Portland State versus number 5 Montana State. Those two teams have sure battled it out.
They battled it out in the standings too. End up with that 4-5, both get the bye. So they're both fresh and ready to go for our next game. J.C. Bailey with the miss. And a timeout on the floor. So it looks to be Idaho and the semifinals tomorrow. Later this evening, Northern Colorado and Southern Utah, followed by Idaho State and Eastern Washington, who won their game last night over Weber State.
Portland State has some fun players to watch. Sydney Riley, a first-team all-conference selection. Ashley Bolston, a second-team. Courtney West, all-defensive player of the year underneath. They've got a tough 2-3 zone. They make it really difficult to make the easy pass. Montana State will have their hands full with Portland State.
So NAU coming into the contest on a 4-game win streak is Sinna Ginny with another bucket.
And if you're Coach Payne right now, you're happy with where your team has finished the season because you made it through that opening round and you gave your team a taste of what it's like to move forward in the tournament.
Nina Carlson ends up in the box score. Couldn't agree more. Very impressed with Lori Payne. The way her coaching staff brings so much energy to practice and the game plan. Her players have absolutely bought into her program in her second year. You'd expect some big things from NAU down the road, just graduating their lone senior in Calais Paplow, and I guess I shouldn't say lone senior, out of the starting lineup. We've seen Sinna Ginny get a few points before the end of her career, and on the fall with the make. How about Chase Milne? Freshman coming in to get some playing time. Some good experience for the younger Vandals.
Pretty sweet to see the bench going crazy too when you have a freshman that comes in and scores like that.
The Vandals will dribble it out and they are moving on to the semifinals.